Hi guys, I'm Elle and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. I write a beauty blog called Rouge Alert and I have been enjoying it so much recently that I have decided to branch out and start my own YouTube channel, and I'm so excited to do this, and I really hope you guys like what I give you. On this channel you can expect from me some makeup reviews and hauls because I'm constantly buying, constantly trying, and I love to review things because I find as a redhead it's very difficult to get things that are right for my skin, and I want to share what I find with you guys. I'm also going to do some good old-fashioned makeup tutorials, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how to create this fresh-faced, pinky, dewy spring look. It's a really easy look to create. It doesn't take very long at all, and pretty much everything I use in this tutorial is drugstore aside from one or two items. Okay, so if you want to see how to create this look right here, then stay tuned. Okay, so let's get started with the makeup. So what I'm going to do first is I have already moisturised using the Body Shop Mini Intense Cream. And then to start with, we are going to put on some foundation. What I have got here is the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation. It's 24-hour moisturising foundation, and I've got the shade 010 Light Porcelain. So I've just put my hair up so I can do my foundation without it getting in the way. This particular foundation isn't actually as pale as I am, it's slightly warmer, but because it's drugstore, it's pretty darn close, so I really like it. And the reason I've chosen to do this one today is because we are doing a sort of dewy spring makeup look, and it's an everyday look. I want it to look like my skin but better. So I'm just going to apply this with a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to stipple that on and grab a big mirror. Just going to use an eyeshadow palette mirror for this. So I'm just going to keep patting that in. And what I really like about this foundation is that it just looks like skin. It looks like you're having a great skin day without looking like you're covered in foundation. So as you can see, it is actually a pretty good colour match, but I am just slightly paler. If you look at my neck, it is very pale. But what I do is I take this down the neck to warm it up just a little bit. Now for this I'm using a damp beauty blender. They are available online in the UK. I don't think there's actually a store you can go and buy them in. But there are other ones available, like off the top of my head, Real Techniques do a Miracle Complexion Sponge, which is very similar, but today I'm using the classic neon pink beauty blender. Alright, that's my foundation done, so I'm going to move on and do some concealing. And what I'm using for this is, excuse the fact that all the writing's rubbed off, I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in shade 1 Fair. And I gave this one a go on a whim because I thought, well, it wasn't that much money, so, you know, I thought I'd give it a go. And actually, I've been so pleased with it because for a, you know, very reasonably priced concealer, it's exceptionally good, you know. It's really light, which is something that I just don't find with drugstore concealers. It's really difficult to get something that's actually light enough for my skin. I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighting down the nose, above the cupid's bow, outside of my lips, on the chin, and then I'm just going to put a little bit just there in the centre of my forehead. And we're going to pat this in again using the damp beauty blender. So there we go, that's concealer, we're all covered. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do my brows. Now what I like to use for this is the Benefit Speed Brow. It is a tinted gel. It's this very slightly tinted brown tint, and it doesn't put a lot of product on, but what it does do is it just helps shape, and it gives a little bit more definition because it's just so quick and easy to do. There we go, they're done, that's it, that's all I do. So now I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow, which is a big part of this look that I'm doing today. And for that, I am going to use the Makeup Revolution Iconic 3 palette, this is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, as you can probably tell by all the rose gold shades here. Just going to dip in. Just take this blending brush right here. This is by Morphe. It came in the Candy Apple Red makeup brush set that I bought. I purchased that on Beauty Bay because that's the best. That's where I get my Morphe products from in the UK, because obviously I'm in the UK. We haven't got it. It's harder to get. So I'm just going to take this shade here. Oh, sorry. This shade here. And I'm just going to pop that in my crease. So I'm just going to pop that in the middle of my lid, in the middle of the crease, and then just windscreen wiper motions back and forth, just like that. You see just a little bit of colour and definition in the crease there. So yeah, as you can see, I've just popped those in the crease there, you know, very, very subtle, not really much to it. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to go back in this palette and take this matte shade here. These two shades are lovely matte shades. I'm just going to take this one on the same blending brush. I'm just going to go back in and I'm just going to pop that in the crease as well, just to darken it up a little bit. Not too much, just darken that up. And then, as you can see, it's just coming out a little bit. So that's that done. That's all of the crease work we're going to do. So I'm now going to move on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this shade here. I'm just going to pat that all over my lid. I'm going to pack that colour on all over the lid just to give me a nice wash of colour and just blend it into the crease colours a little bit. So again, that colour is just now all over the lid. That's, again, we've now finished with that colour. And what I'm just going to do now is I'm going to take this pink shade here, this really intense metallic shade. I'm just going to pack that onto my brush. And I'm just going to pop this right in the middle of my lid above my eyes to really make them pop and stand out. Can you see that? How much more that pops now because it's got that colour there? Okay, so that's our lids done. That's all I'm going to do for them. What I am going to do is I'm going to go back and get that blending brush that we used before, and I'm just going to pick up that lightest sort of pinky taupe shade again. Just pick up a little bit of that to knock off any excess. And I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line. I don't really want a lot of product on it today, but it just gives that little bit of definition, a little bit of colour, just helps tie the whole thing in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop on some mascara, and I'm going to use the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes. Can you guys read that? The Volume Million Lashes. I really just like this mascara because it doesn't smudge, it stays all day, and it just gives the look that I want with so many things. It's just a really lovely mascara to use. Just like that. I'm just going to almost touch it to my lower lash line because I want a little bit of product on my lower lashes, but I don't want a lot. Okay, so that is the eyes done for now. I'm going to move on now and do a quick bit of blush, and for this, I know it's not drugstore, but it is the Clinique Chubby Stick Cheek Colour Balm in the shade Amped Up Apple. And I just really love how this colour looks. It just gives that really nice flush to the skin. It suits my skin tone and my hair colour so well. So the way I like to apply this is literally sort of tribal war paint style. Just smile, work out where your apple is, and just draw it on. I know it looks really, really silly right now, but I'm going to blend it in and it'll be fine. So the best way I like to blend this in is I actually really like to use my fingers. Finally, I'm just going to do a little bit on my lips, and for that I'm going to use the Kiko Milano Smooth Temptation lipstick in shade 05. And I'm not going to put too much of this on, I only want a little bit. I keep putting my mirror away. Why do I keep putting my mirror away? So I'm just going to pat that on. See that? Okay, so that's literally all I'm going to do for lipstick. But then over the top, I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker, very naughty name, and the shade I'm using is Rose and Shine. Okay, and there we have it. This is my really simple, mostly drugstore, springtime fresh look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you like the look I created. So if you like it, then give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more than me, then don't forget to click subscribe down below. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.